Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of DLC. My name is Joey Fitz and today I'll be reviewing one of the most intriguing narrative survival games of the year. The Alters, developed by 11-Bit Studios, the team behind This War of Mine and Frostpunk. Before we get into the episode, I would like to give a big thanks to our friends over at Terminals and 11-Bit Studios for the review copy. We really appreciate the opportunity to continue working with you and to dive into this one just a little bit early. So the premise of The Alters is it's a unique blend of survival, base building and psychological sci-fi. You play as Jan Dulski, a working-class space miner who crash lands on a hostile planet bathed in deadly sonar radiation. Time is very limited, resources are exceptionally scarce, and your only hope for survival lies in a strange element called Rapidium, which lets you create alternative versions of yourself. Now these aren't mindless clones, they are alters, fully autonomous, emotional, complex versions of Jan who each took a different path in life. One might be a doctor, another might be an engineer, another an angry, bitter version shaped by different failures, and the way that you interact with them can completely change the outcome of your journey within the game. The gameplay loop is tight and engaging. You manage a wheel-shaped base which rotates to avoid the sun's lethal radiation. You'll need time to mine resources, construct facilities and maintain systems, all while expanding your base and keeping your alters alive and motivated. Time and energy are your most precious resources. Everything that you do, whether it's cloning a new alter, building a lab or sending someone out to mine, costs time and power. And if you don't get these things done before the sun hits your base, it is game over for Jan. Where things get really interesting in the alters is its crew management. Each alter has its own needs and personality traits. They can become depressed, paranoid or rebellious if neglected. You don't just assign tasks, you manage people, emotions and their relationships. It's like a strategy game, a management sim and a character drama all rolled into one. And this is where the Alters really shines. It's not just a survival game. It's a story about identity, regret, and how our choices define who we are. The writing in the Alters is excellent. Conversations between you and your alters feel natural, often poignant, and occasionally confrontational. You will run into moral choices that will genuinely make you pause, like whether to use an alter for dangerous medical testing, or how to deal with one that no longer trusts you. One particularly powerful sequence in Act 2 forces you to weigh autonomy against safety, pushing you to make choices that reflect on your leadership style and your humanity. The Alters is visually excellent. It's built in Unreal Engine 5, and the rotating base, scorched landscapes, and hauntingly empty skies are stunning. Everything has a very grounded look, from worn-out equipment to the personal quarters of each alter. And the voice acting is top tier. Jan and his alters are voiced by Alex Jordan, and he does a fantastic job in differentiating each one and keeping them grounded in the same core character. It's very effective, even if sometimes the voice differences between each version of Jan can get a little bit caricature. The soundtrack delivers a moody, atmospheric score which enhances the tension and the emotional stakes. It's equal parts isolation, urgency and awe, and it perfectly fits the tone of the game and the moment that you're in. The Alters has loads of strengths and weaknesses. Under strengths I would list its deep, meaningful story with complex emotional layers, its unique gameplay twist on survival and management. It's got high replayability due to the different alters and the narrative paths, and the strong voice acting and exceptional world building. I will say the resource gathering can get a little bit grindy and repetitive in longer sessions, and the story pacing does dip between the major story beats. I think The Alters is great. It's not just a survival sim, it's a bold narrative experiment which asks smart emotional questions about identity, leadership and how we treat those closest to us, even if those people are versions of ourselves. It successfully blends gameplay and story in a way that few games attempt. If you like games like Frostpunk or The Outer Wilds, I think this one is definitely worth your time. I'd give it a solid 8.5 out of 10 for its thought-provoking, well-crafted experience that it gave me with real emotional depth. Whilst I haven't finished my run through and I haven't got to the end of Act 3 yet, I know already that there are branching endings to this game, and I will definitely be going back because the gameplay and the Alter story really does hook you. So once again, thank you to 11-Bit Studios and Terminals.io for the review copy. If you like this review, why don't you check out our other DLC episodes on our YouTube channel or our Spotify. Subscribe to the podcast for more deep dives, episodes, and much, much more. And we'd love to know in the comments, what kind of altar would you create if you got to create an alternative version of yourself? I've been Joey Fitz. Thank you very much for stopping by, and I hope you have, once again, a great day.
I know our odds. Maybe it's time to consider the easy way out.
Give me all your love now, 'cause for all we know, we might be dead by tomorrow. I can't go on wasting my time, adding scars to my heart, 'cause all I hear is I'm not ready now.
You were always one of us. From day one. What if deciding, making choices was never anything more than just an illusion?
What's in your heart? But if you're not ready,
You're still making it about yourself. Just look at us.
Have you been ready?
I just wanted to find a way out.
'cause soon enough we'll die. 'Cause soon enough we'll die. 'Cause soon enough.